And recently you also sent me a bunch of photographs that you have found. And well, take a look at these photographs that we have on the screen right now. If you could tell me a bit more information about what are we looking at?
Okay, again, when I was trying to look for it, I couldn't find it. I knew it was in the same cabinet, but for some reason I couldn't find it until I found a medium, and then the medium was telling me exactly where it was. So apparently she did a ritual to block me from finding the items, and the items were again ritualistic item meant to sabotage people. So either it's sending you a lot of negative energy to make you lose money or to make you sick. So either one. So all done out of jealousy. So the people in the picture, mostly the victims. I don't know whether they have done her wrong. Then I'm there, so she get the picture from Facebook, from Instagram. So I was like, the same lady who doesn't even know how to change TV channel knows how to go on Facebook to find pictures, to find people. You have to create an account. She doesn't even know how to do that. So she has people who help her.
Is anyone here? What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.
So Esza,
Yeah?
thank you for coming back to the show again. The last time I spoke to you was 3 years ago,
Yeah, about there.
right? And you told me about your mom, but you didn't have any proof, just a lot of suspicions.
A lot of suspicions.
And you're sharing with me stuff about your family.
Yeah.
But now, I see the photos that you sent me.
Yeah.
There's a lot more compelling evidence to point to your mom being in a cult. So, just tell me the whole story all over again.
I found out that actually she, as well as her family for many generations, they are actually part of the Javanese satanic cult. Her behavior was suspicious because she, several times over the years, she will often randomly burst out. Anybody who do me wrong would die of cancer. When I think about it, every place that we lived at, whether within the same block or the blocks nearby, one person suicide, another person cancer. So I will start from when we live at Block 32 Marsiling Drive. It's the place that is near Woodlands Customs. So she had a friend. If I'm not wrong, she lived at Block 34 or some other blocks where we can see her kitchen somewhere there. Suddenly, the friend had cancer out of the blue. So and then this mother, she was acting weird, like she was desperate to go and see. Not like there's no sadness in her face. It was like I have to see her, like an obsessed face. Tears start rolling down her face, but it's not the look of sadness. It's like a obsessed look, but the tears keep dropping. So it's a pattern every single time. Like when someone is getting sick, she will mumble something, and then tears will roll down. Or like I shared in the previous one, she will just turn to the side and then mumble and then blow to your face. So it's always these two over like decades worth. Suddenly we moved house. We sold the house, and then we moved to Block 437, Woodlands Street 31. I think it's just beside the American school. That's when the so-called paranormal activity was like really in your face. Sometimes you'll see 2 or 3 versions of her. She enters room 1, and then she will come out from the next room. But there's no connecting door, no connecting wall. And then she will go to the room opposite, and then she will come up back from the first room she came in. So the rooms were opposite and there's no connecting doors. So that was like very suspicious. How is she able to like go in and out, in and out? Recently I found out from the medium that is a part of a demonic Javanese ritual skill that she was taught by her family, where they can actually project themselves. I don't know whether through the jinn or what. So it looks exactly like her. So which explains a lot of time how we see her in places that, I thought you were somewhere else, how come you're here? Kind of thing. But they were never approached, they were just standing beside the pillar at the void deck, things like that. So while we were at Block 437, I think I was still in primary school. So we kept hearing a sound of a lady crying. And then she was really like real deep sadness. Really repeatedly, day, night, any time of the day. Stepmother was getting anxious. She kept telling us, it's Satan. It's a haunted. Somebody did voodoo to us. Somebody like sent things to us. Because it's like very common thing in Malay culture, right? But then we found out that, I found out that it was actually the spirit of her friend that died of breast cancer, and it was due to the fact that she had been sacrificed. So basically, because if you're part of the cult, right, you have to keep finding people to sacrifice. So it's like an offering of some sort. She trapped their souls in a sense. So they can't leave. So wherever she go, they will follow because they can't leave. So all the spirits that we see in the house or the paranormal activity that we experience were actually due to her satanic practice. And then I found out that the reason why that was done is to prevent them from trying to seek help. Basically, like the spirits who have maybe died unjustly, they will try to find people to help. They will go back to their family members, or they will go to some kind of anyone with spiritual gifts to seek help. So that's the reason why she binded their souls. The ritual that she did was very, very dark. And the people that I consulted didn't go any further because it's for their own safety. And then, which also resulted in one of them no longer being alive.
One of the spiritual practitioners that you approached to for help,
Yes.
tried to help you, and then he died.
Because, yes, I approached that person. He was at the Jurong Mosque. I think I went to look for him when I was 20 or 21. Many years later, I found out that I called back, just to I don't know, for some reason, but I was pulled to call him back. So when I called the mosque, the lady was like, Pak Haji dah lama dah meninggal. Then I was like, you mean he passed away? Oh, dia meninggal sakit cancer. Then I was like, again, cancer?
At this point, you really begin to suspect that your mom was
Yeah.
involved, and everybody around her
Yes.
died of either suicide or cancer.
Yes. We go back to the time when I was still living at Block 437. I was still in primary school. So we lived there for a couple of years. And then one day I was playing, and then I went back home. So there's this Malay couple from the 6th floor. They were talking to her. So they were actually confronting her, but they didn't raise their voice or nothing. Until the wife just cried out, "Kau kasih anak aku cancer. You gave my son cancer." And I thought it was suspicious because, again, the same thing. I only found out recently that he was one of her victims.
I mean, she was just looking for people to sacrifice to her dark arts. So anyone that's close to her that she feels is an easy target
Yeah.
to capture the soul, she will do it.
Yeah. Again, we sold the house right after she was being confronted. Then I was like, well, you're in Singapore, why do you keep selling the house? Then it's always after something happened, always after somebody either died of cancer, then quickly we'll sell the house. But then I come to find out that it's one way for her to evade. When people start to notice that it's her, and then she quickly leave the scene. And then we moved to Block 748. Again, a lot of activities there. We are talking about door not turning by itself, door opening, closing, and then the toilet door was one of those, the door that can fold. So the door, you can see somebody, you don't see anyone. The door just being punched and then opened. And then you hear kids running around. By then we were like teenagers. There's no kids laughing, running. And then the spirits there were pretty much quite violent actually. So you get pulled off the bed by your ankles, or your comforter get pulled off, your pillow get pulled off. And then like I shared in the first part where eventually they start physically showing themselves. The medium told me that the one that showed themselves, they were all in traditional Malay wear, but it's all white, baju kurung, baju Melayu. But those were they were native to the land there actually, and the reason why they managed to appear is because she was practicing, and then it's like a chalet for them, in out as and when they please. One reason is to escape from being found out what she has done, to escape from people finding out what she had done. And then the second reason is she doesn't want any of us to have any stability. So she doesn't want us to have good education, good career or whatnot, because her ultimate goal is actually to also get rid of us as well. When I was 18, we were still living there. During the first half of the year, one of the school holidays, during daytime, it's not even nighttime, during daytime, I was rudely awakened, but I couldn't move at all. I laid down there, totally stiff. So your eyes in Malay say mata terbeliak. So I can't even blink. It was like you lie down there straight. You can't move. You can't speak. You can't do whatever. And then the whole time I felt like violent stabbing and slicing only on the left arm. So it went on for a long time until I managed to like drag myself off to the living room, trying to ask my brother for help. But I collapsed at the living room. The whole time it was the same thing that happened. Stabbing, slicing, it didn't stop. So back then we were ignorant, so I thought it was migraine and things like that. But it went on for like 8 hours. From that day, that the experience I had when I was 18, everything went downhill from there. My brother changed, personality changed. My sister also personality changed. My father also changed drastically. 11:30 p.m, 12:30 midnight, 3 a.m, always this same timing, I can actually feel a rope tied around my neck. I saw in my mind a group of like brown skinned men with like batik hats and like sarongs. They were saying something, in fact it's a very thick Indonesian, I don't know what language it was, but I only catch the word kawin. In my mind, I saw myself in like a long sleeve lace with sarong and some white flowers on the side.
Kawin means what? Is that like kawin, like
Marriage.
married?
So
okay.
what I found out was he was trying to do spirit marriage. So like it's the Indonesian ritual, nikah batin or something like that. At that point, I was lucky enough I had a medium to go and consult. So she was telling me that he was trying to do spiritual marriage to keep me binded. And then he was trying to bind the soul. He was doing a destiny swap. So destiny swap is like a ritual where they try to take all the abundance you have in your life. They suck out your life force. Basically, it's like a way to sacrifice people, but without fully killing them off.
So it's what I understand is
Yeah.
drain all your energy, all the goodwill, your wealth, your karma
your
to
health.
them, so that you
Yeah.
will be an empty husk of a person with bad
Yes.
luck and bad health.
Yes. So they did it for the past 16 years. Then it makes sense because when I was from 18 to 20 and 18 to 21, it got so bad to the point where I couldn't walk. I couldn't even lift my head. I couldn't even open my eyes. It took me like at least half a day to be able to sit up.
Just now you were mentioning also that
Yeah.
your biological mom, and she also died under her spell. All this haunting that happened at home
Yeah.
is actually the trapped spirits trying to ask for help.
Yes, as well as whatever demonic entity.
Yeah.
Because she opened a portal. She practiced it. It's like chalet for all the low vibrational ones.
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.